The effect that you have on others is truly unforgettable. You make people, I heard you make them happy to be alive. And I feel that I just got that download because it's almost like you give people the feeling that everyone is not bad. You know, in the world, such a crazy world that we live in, sometimes it could feel like you might have those moments where it's like, you know what? Everybody is horrible. There's not that many good people left. You can have that feeling, right? However, after individuals encounter you, that feeling changes, that feeling shifts because it's like, oh, this is a real one. Okay, all right. So let me change my perspective. Now, being that I have been able to be blessed to encounter someone of such essence, I know that there must be more like you. Maybe these individuals are not easy to come across. However, it gives you a sense of comfort to know that individuals that are in alignment with who you are and your true tribe, they're present. You may not have met everyone, and that's understandable in such a big place that we live in, right? Such a big world. You know what? It's reminding me of this training that I did, right? I'm not going to say what type of training it is because that's besides the point. But I met a lot of different people from different parts around the world. It was virtual though. It wasn't face to face. But we had to get in groups. And this is not too long ago. This is like a year or two ago. And we had to get in groups to complete the task that we were assigned. And I met this woman from Ireland, and as soon as we spoke, we were so in tune with each other that we didn't even do what we were assigned to do because we were engrossed into conversation. Just, I don't know. Sometimes you meet people and there's like a spark, and you don't feel that all the time with everyone. But with her, I felt it, and it was just a spark, and I could tell that this is someone that we wouldn't have any issue talking for hours because we already went there to that space, and we didn't even try. It was just like, oh, hey, and then it just happened. And then at the end, we kind of like whipped something together to have something to present, and it worked out. But we ended up being so connected in that, and we were face on what is it called? I think it was Zoom. But we were on Zoom, so we were able to see each other, and we immediately clicked. It didn't take any time. And you'll notice that certain times in life you will meet people like that, and just know that it's not always about where someone's from and what they look like for them to feel who you are and for them to connect. Of course, you don't know everything in such a short time. You know, even this person that I'm picking up, or these individuals that I'm picking up, maybe they don't know much about you, but they feel your energy. They could feel your energy. I heard you are like a ray of sunshine. You're a ray of sunshine, and you have a tendency to have an effect on people that causes them to feel comfort when they connect with you, when they communicate with you. And it's effortless. You don't have to try because it's you. That's who you are. You have a very comforting essence to you, and it's something that's very memorable because it's how you make someone feel. And now that's making me think about our senses, our sight, smell, touch, taste. Okay, so emotions are also tied into that because our memory really holds on to moments more than large amounts of time. We hold on to moments that were more beneficial to us in that time, more than an entire experience. Sometimes the moments have more impact in our lives and in our future relationships. So I'm getting many times romantic partners as well as friends even. Sometimes they catch themselves looking for you in other individuals, but you are so rare that you're hard to find. They can't find you as they hope to. And that's because of your unique way of perceiving things, and your ability to connect to people is very different from what they're used to and from what they normally see, what they're normally aligned with in their experiences. So being with you is an experience. Okay, it is an experience. And some people might think that might be a little too much, maybe too boastful, but it's true. Sometimes you meet people and they are a whole experience, because that's just what they bring. Their essence is coated with the experience of them. But it's often a good experience, because other people are coated with experiences, but they tend to be coated with the experiences that people wish they could forget for good reason. But you have the experience that is locked into your essence, that people actually perceive as hard to forget, and they don't really want to forget, because you have many people that you've come across, even casually, that still hold a very special place in their heart for you, even if you haven't seen them for years. Okay, and I'm sure that maybe you all have experienced this as well, where you meet someone and they have this great impact in your life, and there's always something that will remind you of them, because their ability to engage is so broad that they hit different points in your chakras. I just heard they hit different points in your chakras. It's giving that you have the ability to manipulate emotions, as we all do. However, when you do this, it's like, ooh, I'm hearing a bunch of different things. I'm trying to pick one. It's like tapping into the cosmos and being given tools to manipulate someone's auric field, but not on purpose. It's just you give the best of what you have. And that is very impactful to many. You give the best of what you have, and it's not intentional. The unintentionality of this experience is the best part of it, because it's just a part of you. It's a part of your code. So it's so fluent. It's so fluid. And this is what people remember the most, because they could feel you. They could feel the genuine action you take. They could feel it from you. So it's no wondering if it's real or not. There's no questioning it, because there's nothing to question. Your senses told you the truth of the matter about, or their senses told them the truth of the matter about you already. They know that when they came around you, there was a sense of peace that came over them. And that's like being able to pull from the cosmos energetically. When your frequency is high enough, those who have a high frequency can do this. You pull from the cosmos and You manipulate it to the point where it works for not just yourself, but others. What you receive in the extraterrestrial realm, you bring it to Terra. You bring it to Earth. You bring it to the ground. You pull from the sky and you bring it to the ground. You pull from the ethers, it's better for me to say. And you can not only enjoy it for yourself, what you've found, but you also share it with others. And many of you do have a very strong connection to the etheric realm, but you don't really know you do, but you do. And you'll know you do by how people respond to you in life. Now, everyone is not going to respond to you the same way. However, you will have instances in your life where someone will tell you how you impacted them in a great way and how much you meant to them in that moment, that they just needed to hear a word. They just needed to hear someone. They just needed to feel someone's energy. And you just happened to be the person that they were able to have that experience with when they needed it the most. And I'm also getting that you show up when they really didn't know what they needed. You show up when they didn't know what they needed, and you give them exactly what they needed, but they didn't know. So you were able to serve them the perfect prescription to their problem, to their issue, or to their concern. And you help them be at ease. See, other individuals cause dis-ease, but you are able to assist individuals with being at ease. That's totally different. And this is why your life is full of so much purpose, because you don't work from a place just for you, even though sometimes it might feel like you are. But you've been given a gift to where you might think you're doing something just for you, but you don't even realize how it's being felt and received by so many others in the most beautiful way. That is an amazing superpower to have because it's so natural. I think that's the part about it that keeps it's enhancing the message because it's natural. You know how you can tell when someone is really pushing something to make it more, when less is usually more, less is more. Because if you overdo something, no matter if it's your choice of your attire, like your pieces that you put together, no matter if it's in your writing, no matter if it's in your artwork, if you don't put the words to, they could be beautiful words, it could be beautiful art, it could be beautiful, but if it's too busy, it takes away from the beauty, the natural beauty, if it's too busy. So you have the ability to simplify ideas that could be complex and difficult and make them like in bite-sized form, or so intricate that it's easy to take in, it's easy to understand. It's in increments. Intermittent. You just know how not to give too much, and you don't, again, you're not trying. It's almost like cooking without measuring. You just know you don't measure, because the measure comes naturally from that flow that you pull from the ether. You don't need to measure, you don't need to overthink. You just, when you do it, it's right, especially when you're in a relaxed state. Okay, when you're in a relaxed state, that's when you create the best work. And most times, for the individual that this message resonates with, when you communicate with individuals, you allow yourself to be in a relaxed state. You allow yourself to take time with your communication. You don't allow yourself to feel rushed. because it takes away from the beauty of communication. But again, it's not measured. It's not measured. It's just an inner knowing when to slow down and when to speed up and when to wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, y'all thought I was finished, because you could pause and then you have much more to say where someone thought that it was over. Little things like that are I heard pleasant surprises. You are filled with pleasantries. And being that this is naturally you, it makes it that much better because it's naturally you. It's not like you're trying to win the best award for whatever, It's not like you are trying to do something to be seen, but it's more so of doing something to create an impact in a way towards change. And when you put effort in such a way naturally, your waves become so much more massive. Your ability to sway energy, your ability to paddle through. I just heard paddle through. On a canoe, when they paddle, they push water away and it pushes them forward. So when it's time for you to push certain things away, you'll feel it, and you pay attention to those feelings, and you being able to do that helps other individuals that are in your presence to do the same, because many individuals that are around you, they've gone through similar instances and situations that you have. However, they haven't had enough experience to know when it's time to paddle away and push unnecessary emotions, not only from themselves, but also from other individuals as well. Because sometimes people, or many times in life, people have these spouts of projection, and it can really affect you and those around you. And the individuals that come encounter with you or come in contact with you, they see how you move, so it helps them to move accordingly in alignment with your choices, because your choices make sense to them. Because in life, sometimes people could do certain things and it doesn't resonate with you because it just doesn't make sense for you. Not to say that what someone else does is not the right thing to do. Maybe it's just the right thing to do for them, but it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do for you. But you tend to have the ability to walk your own path and share your experiences or your perspective. And when you do that, you help others to see something that they've never seen before. That's my nephew. Excuse his tiny voice. So you have a very impactful presence, and you have been placed here to help many people. Even if you are not on a podium or a stage, maybe that's where you're supposed to be for some of you. If not, it's through your writing. It's through a book. For some, it's through music. Maybe for many, it's both. There's many people who are not just lavished with one talent. There's many people that have multiple talents. And these talents are what can be used on their journey to elevate their wealth spiritually as well as financially. It comes hand in hand. you also have the ability to bring in that same flow of energy to those around you because you're so abundant. It's giving the Ace of Cups. You know, on the Ace of Cups card, it's an overflow of water. That's what I'm seeing in my mind. It's an overflow of water, and then it's I believe it's a dove. I'm not sure what kind of bird it is, but it has like a little coin and it's dropping it in while the water is overflowing on some of the depictions of the Ace of Cups. And that's what it's making me think about. And so your ability to be graceful and give to oneself, as well as be graceful when it comes to those around you, like give people grace. It's like you are investing into the gratitude bank. I just heard. It's like you're investing into, it's like a pool of gratitude. And it makes waves for you and other people, because as you keep on depositing good energy into gratitude, it grows. And that's where the overflow comes from. There's just an overflow coming from you, and the more you are thankful, the more you are given. Even if, and thankful, being thankful and showing gratitude doesn't necessarily mean that you're okay with where you are to where you're not going to continue to grow. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that you are content with where you are in that moment, and you're willing to keep on working to get to where you want to be. And that's the energy you come with, and that is why you are such a powerful force to be reckoned with. You know, that's something special that not many people have tapped into. So being that you have been able to tap into such an ability, especially in this year, the year of 8, which is also my year. I am 8. I'm also 4. I have 4 8s. But anyway, it's just making me think about my birthday and my life path number and all these things. You know, we just all have something that is so special, and I feel as though many of you learned how to use your specialty to your advantage. And you also have the ability to help others or guide others unintentionally, for them to also see how to tap into their specialties, to use them to their advantage in their life. It's very powerful. Okay, my love, so that's all I have for you for this reading. I hope this message gets to who needs to hear it. Everything you do, do it with love. Always remember, the creator is in you and the magic is too, because you're magic. Much love to you. I'll see you in the next video.